Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are playing Sakura Isekai Adventure 2! Yes, our Isekai story continues, and we had the heart to heart at the end of the last episode. And after this, what's happening? Well, let's find out. Scarlet does their best to keep her temper under wraps around Dulce. Well, good luck with that. Or at least I think she does. She doesn't snipe at her so much, come on the following day, when we go into the forest to face off against weaker monsters. She still isn't acting like her usual self, however. She looks tense the whole time we're in Dulce's company, and she grits her teeth together whenever she speaks. Scarlet's feelings toward Dulce, whatever they are, seem to be pretty intense. Come on. I know that time can ease most wounds, even if it can't heal them, but maybe Scarlet's wounds are still too fresh. I mean, can't blame her if you think about it. Scarlet clearly had some feelings for Dulce, at least in the past, and she was hurt by her. Being around her is definitely not helpful because of that. Come on. How could it be? It looks like spending time with Dulce is actually actively hurting her. Yeah. I'm more than a little worried about Scarlet. But I can't let my concerns overcome me. I need to work on improving my swordsmanship so I can prove to Dulce that I deserve to hear word about where the Demon Queen dwells. Honestly, what I think is you just should walk away. Basically don't allow yourself near Dulce and so on. I would say not hurting Scarlet in this case is more important. And you will find the Demon Queen anyway. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. But things aren't going too well. A week of training passes under Dulce's watchful eye, but I don't think my fighting prowess is improving very much. Scarlet, meanwhile, seems to be regressing. She's so tense and worked up, she continues to make simple mistakes when fighting against monsters. It's so bad, in fact, that she gets mauled by a group of slimes, of all things, and Dulce has to bail her out. Dulce clicks her tongue after cutting down the last of the slimes, their gelatinous body slicing apart beneath the force of her magical playing cards.
I must say, Scarlet, that was quite a sloppy display. Your attacks had no shortage of power behind them, but your defense was full of holes. You can't be on the offense all the time. Your enemy will eventually get a hit and...
What just happened here?
And depending on how strong they are, even a single strike could be lethal. You're too sloppy. Well, thanks for advice, Mom. Is there anything else you want to scold me about while we're away here, huh? Well, now that you mention it. You have a habit of calling out your attack names before you strike, which seems like a waste of energy. It might be more flashy to name every single jab of your halberd, but you lose the element of surprise like that. There is no point in alerting your enemies to your presence if you can go for a stealth kill. You would say that. You don't have any concept of honor. You are willing to do whatever it takes to win. You don't mean resort to underhanded methods to get your way. But I'm not like that. I'm meant to be a hero of justice. That means my fighting style should be chivalrous. I want to give my opponents a fair chance, or I'd be nothing more than a brute. And there is your problem. If you really want to win, you wouldn't be giving your opponent fair chances. Making yourself vulnerable to your foes unnecessarily only tells me that you don't truly respect their skills. That, or you vastly overestimate your own. That's right. Let her have it, mistress. Surely ain't that all that? Hey.
Scarlet looks between Taiga and Dulce, her eyes flashing with rage.
What are you trying to say exactly? Well, I don't think there is any nice way of turning things, so I'll give it to you straight. I don't mean to tear you down, but I would like it if you were more aware of your limitations. I do not think that you are as powerful as you seem to think you are, you see. You believe that you can give your opponents a fair chance because you are certain that you can beat them. But your confidence is misplaced. You are not a weak fighter, but you are not incredible. Your skill level is not to the degree where you can afford to be chivalrous. Once you have come to understand this, your abilities with your spear should improve. First, however, you need to accept your own limitations. That is the only way that you will flourish.
I mean, I think Dulce raises a good point. Doesn't change the fact that she's a bitch. Scarlet has become a better warrior after Mina scolded her about some of her worst habits. But she still has a tendency to dive headfirst in the battle without paying her surroundings any heed. She's too impulsive, and as a result, she often winds up getting hurt. Mina's a strong mage, so she can patch Scarlet up after our skirmishes, but be better for Mina if she didn't have to use so much mana at all. Mina can fight and focus on support at the same time. Which I kind of explained. Would be nice if she could. As for me, I find that little tricky to fight alongside Scarlet when she keeps jumping in to steal the glory for herself. Okay, that's just plain stupid. It makes it hard for me to know what to do. I've not been getting much training as a result, so my sword skills can still use some polishing. I know Scarlet thinks she's helping by shouldering all of the burdens, but she might be harming our harmony as a party instead. Yeah. I mean, there is the problem. She's not a good teammate, again. And as I kinda mentioned, even though it's a terrible thing, that it is understandable in a way why she was kicked out. Even though if it was, you know, a terrible thing to do. But, you know. I don't think Scarlet sees this, however. If Mina raised her this observation, Scarlet would probably listen to her. It's because Dulce is the one saying this, however, that she scolds.
Hey, are you calling me weak? Do you really think I'm that worthless? No, Scarlet. You are putting words in my mouth, which you needn't do. You know. I took rather enough as it is. I've always liked the sound of my own voice.
Then why do you not have a voiceover? Dulce laughs gently, but when she sees that Scarlet's scold does not waver, she sighs. Now that I think about it, there was at least one Sakura game that had voiceover. So the question is, why did they stop? Funnily enough, I think it was somewhere in the very beginning, in the ancient times of the first Sakura games. Was it Spirit? Sakura Spirit that was voiced? Or was it the Angels? I think it might have been one of the two. Would be nice if all of those games were voiced, man. Would be nice in general if all the games in existence were voiced. Ugh, that would make things so much easier. Dulce laughs gently, but when she sees that Scarlet's scold doesn't waver, she sighs.
Hey! But no, I'm not calling you weak.
Technically you did.
You are a strong warrior, you know, right? But you could be even stronger if you try to fight with your mind.
Oh boy.
You are not strong enough to rely solely on your brawn. You have to be a bit sneaky. Maybe you ought to take some lessons from Taiga. She's smaller than you, but can take down fools twice her size because she's so quiet and nimble. Yeah, that's right. You should take some tips from me. Why don't you ask me for advice? I'd be more than happy to give you some. For a price, of course. I'm not nice like Mistress, and my services don't come cheap. If you want me to help you, you got a pony, yeah? Unless you'd like to start calling me Big Sister. I think I'd like that. Why,
Scarlet's left eye twitches. Her hands, which are resting by her side, clench into fists. Why is it not going? Oh. Then, incensed, she cries.
I've just had headed with you. You're not even giving me advice at this point. You're just making fun of me. Do you even care about trying to rescue the priestess, or are you just stringing us along for a laugh? Bitch. How rude. My mistress never listens if you for a laugh.
I would say she always does that one.
She's very, very serious, I assure you. The real question is, are you? What do you mean? You're the one who's training you so like a big game, call yourself the Scarlet Heroine of Justice. Aren't you ever to listen to yourself? You're like a child playing pretend. You need to stop believing the world, to make believe and face up to the facts. You really aren't that good. I mean, I would not go as far as my face the kitten myself. But you will certainly never be able to best the demon queen like this. I don't want to get hurt, so... So nothing! Stop trying to pretend that you care. I know that you don't. You've never once cared about me.
Scarlet rounds on Dulce, her eyes narrow with fury which looks very un-Scarlet-like. I'm not accustomed to seeing Scarlet in such a foul mood. Typically she's a cheerful, easygoing person. Apart from when the topic of justice comes up, of course, she tends to get rather heated then. Dulce's mere existence seems like enough to tip Scarlet over the edge, however. I know she's trying to keep her cool in Dulce's company ever since our talk late at night, but I guess this is the last straw. Everybody has their limits and it looks like Scarlet just hits hers.
You always talk to me down to me, and to me Naitaki too. You treat the three of us like we're idiots. Do you think that we're stupid?
Dulce looks at Scarlet Toscans, her brow furrowed.
Where in the world are you getting this from? I've never once called you an idiot. I think that you are impulsive, yes, but nothing! Don't try and sugarcoat things, and don't try and make excuses for yourself either. You're judging me. I know that you are. Nothing I do is ever good enough for you. It never has been. You used to make snide comments about my skills all the time when we were traveling together, and that was back when you used to pretend that you still cared about me. You've always tried to tear me down. You tear everybody down. Scarlet, please.
Dulce must realize that Scarlet is being serious because her smile wavers. Then it falters. How unusual.
I'm not trying to tear you or anybody down. I do not get any pleasure from making other people feel bad and... Ha! Well, you could have fooled me! Scarlet, please, I know you have a pure opinion of me owing to our past history and... But I would like to think that you know me well enough to know that I'm not that cruel and... When I said you need to improve, I'm doing it only because I wish to help you. The demon queen is powerful fool. If you were to face her as you are now, then your lives may very well be forfeit. It is precisely because I care about you that I do not want you throwing yourself in harm's way. Can you not see that? That's right. My mistress is just trying to look out for you. You should be thanking her, Scarlet, not pitching the huge temper tantrum. What are you, kid? Who are you?
Scarlet snarls. I'm not sure if Taiga meant to cow Scarlet into submission, but her flippancy actually has the opposite effect. Scarlet looks even madder now than she did before.
You're the one who looks and acts like a child, not me. That's probably why Dulce has taken such an interest in you. It's because you are so immature and unworldly, you don't even notice when she's looking down on you. Or even worse, you're such a suck-up, you don't even mind when she's looking down on you. You should be embarrassed by your conduct. But you won't be, will you? You don't have the self-respect for it. What?
Taiga hisses. She draws back her lips, her teeth on prominent display.
Say that again! I will say it again. I've not said anything that's untrue. You don't have any self-respect, so you're fine with Dulce treating you like trash. I do, and I've had enough. You don't really care about giving us advice, you just want an excuse to insult us, so you can feel better about yourself. After all, you're not getting any younger. Oh, Scarlet, I know that you are upset, but resorting to personal insults won't help. I think that is much more childish than anything Taiga has done.
Can't we all just get along? They're just trying to help us in her own way.
And yeah, I wouldn't say that.
I would say more like, can we just, you know, sever the ties and not... Yeah.
I know you and her don't see eye to eye, but... No, we don't, and that is I'm starting to think we'll never see eye to eye. That's because she doesn't want to. She'd far rather observe us from afar, making snide comments and acting like she's superior. I don't think that I'm superior, I simply want to help us.
Scarlet scolds.
You've said it already, and I don't believe you. This was never about training us to be better warriors. You just want to assert your authority over us instead, and make the rest of us feel bad. Our feelings are just a game to you. Well, I've had it. I have improved as a warrior, whether you want to admit or not. I'm plenty strong, so I'd appreciate it if you could stop talking down to me. If you won't recognize me, then I won't recognize you either.
Oi, Scarlet! Wait up! Don't run off on the road! Don't you remember what happened last time?
Aki's right. I thought that we are going to fight as a team. If you run off, you'll only be proving Dulce right. Do you not want to show her how strong you've become?
No.
Mina's right, Scarlet, please. I know you're upset, but running away won't help anything.
Scarlet, please! I mean, instead of doing that, just go after her. Mina and I both call after Scarlet's retreating back, our voices echoing through the forest. I mean, you can't blame her, to be quite fair. Why would she be... Again, why would she want to be around someone who hurt her in the past? Come on. But our cries are in vain. Scarlet's already stalking off, her hackles raised. I can see her face, but her retreating back is doing a pretty good job at conveying her feelings. Her back says, without any room for argument, don't follow me. If you do, you'll regret it. Scarlet is in such a full mood, I'm not sure if even me or Mina will be able to calm her down. This could cause a bit of a problem. I sigh and kick at the dirt with the tip of my shoe. I'm not sure what to do. But just like the time that Mina and Scarlet had that huge argument, it feels incredibly familiar. And it's so familiar, in fact, it almost feels like I've gone back in time. I thought we'd talked out our differences back then, and we'd emerge from that confrontation stronger. But that was before Dulce was added to the mix, I guess. Ugh. This is all Dulce's fault. Scarlet should accept some of the blame here. I mean, again, why did we agree to cooperate with someone who's hurt Scarlet in the past? I mean, you might be thinking, oh, she could be a better woman or something like that and forgive her, blah blah blah, but honestly, no. Fuck forgiveness. You don't forgive stuff like that. You know what? I'm gonna say Dulce's fault. I'm kind of leaning more towards that option. Her presence is disrupting everything. I can't help but resent her, for I don't believe the worst is her, not like Scarlet does. Same. I mean, sure. But again, why would we want to hang around her? Given that Scarlet obviously is hurt by her, was hurt by her. I mean, it's just like making the wound even worse. A wound that might have not healed yet. And I don't think she wanted to antagonize her. Shirley was trying to help. I guess Scarlet's not just in a frame of mind where she can see that. And if she can, I don't think she wants to realize that. I just wish I knew what to do.
My.
At least I'm not the only one who feels perturbed about this situation. Dulce too is looking unusually serious. She frowns, her arms folded beneath her impressive chest. It is impressive, as she watches Scarlet retreat.
I had hoped that she would learn to tolerate me more, the more time we spent together, but perhaps that was wishful thinking on my part. It would appear that she really does despise me.
Are you surprised?
That useless fox!
Taiga scolds, offended on Dulce's behalf.
How dare she talk to you like that, mistress, when you've only been trying to help her? She's so ungrateful! I'd never dare to be so rude to you, not after everything you've done for me! Why can't Scarlet see how clever you are? She did think that once upon a time. But I think that is where the issue lies. What do you mean? She did not simply like me, and neither did she adore me. I think she worshipped me. For a time, there was nothing I'd say or do to convince her that I was anything less than perfect. She put me on a pedestal.
I think you are over-exaggerating over here, quite a lot.
So when I did not behave exactly as she wanted of me, her faith in me was shattered. I think that is why she cannot stand me.
Wow, dude. What?
It is not that she hates me, it is that she loves me.
No, listen, actually, you'd be surprised. She might have loved you in the past, now she hates you. You'd be surprised, but there is actually quite a thin border between love and hate. And one thing can basically swap the entire feeling. You'd be surprised.
Or loved me rather a little too much.
You are
cute. You think you are way too good. It is most unfortunate. But perhaps there really is no way I can get through to her. It disappointed her too deeply. I wonder if it is too late. Mistress!
Taiga looks at Dulce sadly. I meanwhile I feel pretty bad for her myself. For who? It's obvious that Scarlet's mercurial temper is beginning to wear on Dulce, for she's been trying to mask it. Dulce has been doing her best to keep smiling, but Scarlet hasn't been making things easy for her. I mean, it's not like... Again, Dulce has not been making things easy for Scarlet. Damn it! Since Dulce is the older one, she's expected to handle their fraught relationship with more grace and poise than Scarlet. Not really. That's a very weird thing to say. But is that really fair? Oi, rabbit girl.
Oh, what is it, Aki dearest?
Well, I know this is my place to pull Jessica's behalf and that she would want me to bad. For what it's worth, if it's worth anything, I think you've been working hard. I know you just want to toughen us up before we face off against the Demon Queen. If we face also against her. You've helped us three more than we might deserve. I think you've been a good mentor, kind of. And I'm sure Scar will come around too, no matter how stubborn she might be. I think we just need to give her a bit of time.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to her a little about things. And by things, I of course mean you. And I know she doesn't dislike you.
Why would you say that?
She has a few regrets, that's all, about the way things went between the two of you. Things are still rough for her. She's more delicate than she acts, so she's been lashing out, but I don't think you've done anything wrong.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, apart from toying with Taiga in front of the rest of us. Maybe that was going a little too far. And, you know... If you keep being understanding, then I'm sure she'll come around eventually. Things can still be salvaged, so don't give up. You are so close, so it would be really sad if you stopped trying. At least, that's what I think. Dulce digests my words mutely, her arms still folded. A few moments pass, and she smiles.
Well, well, well. For you are a woman of few words, dear Aki, it would appear the few words you do speak are very wise. You truly are very mature and level-headed too. Scarlet would like to have a companion such as yourself.
I really think so.
Yes, indeed. She's so brash, she needs somebody to rein her in. I, alas, was never very good at this. Despite my best efforts, I like to tease pretty girls a bit too much. I might have strung Scarlet along a bit, the poor thing. But you seem very kind and very noble. I don't think you would do that. I can tell you that you've been good to her. And I would like it if you could keep being good to her.
Uh-oh.
I'm unsure about my own continued relationship with Scarlet, but I think that she should be alright, at the very least, if she can continue traveling with you. Would you mind keeping an eye on her for me? That would be a huge relief.
What? I start to blush, flustered by this unexpected praise. I didn't think that Dulce would be so moved by my speech. It was pretty hackneyed, really. I wasn't saying anything special. Well, of course, I'll keep an eye on her. We're friends after all, so I care about her. I don't want her to get hurt, so... That's déjà vu.
What the? Oh, no.
All of a sudden, a loud, shrill cry splits the silence. I think I recognize that cry, for I wish I didn't. The voice is much higher pitched than I'm used to, coming from her, but it's unmistakable. The person who just screamed.
Was it that damn box? Don't tell me she got herself into trouble immediately. Unfortunately, I believe that you are correct. Scarlet was indeed the one who screamed. And right now I'm beginning to think she might be rather dumb myself. Shall we go after her?
Well, of course. I don't know what the problem is, but for Scarlet to scream like that.
No, get away from me, you monsters! Leave me alone! Hiya!
Something serious must have happened. Let's go.
Ah, that's such a pain. I'd rather not. But the damn fox means to my mistress. For some reasons, I guess I'll tag along. Thank you, my cute kitten. Your cooperation is appreciated. Let us depart. Hopefully she has not found herself embroiled in too much peril. But I'm not holding my breath. Some of Scarlet always was one to get herself into sticky situations. It is almost as if she was born with a knack for it. Perhaps it's her special talent. Perhaps so. It would be nice if she was better at something useful like cooking or cleaning. But well, I suppose life is never that convenient.
I mean, like, you are the one to talk. You literally was. You literally was. Oh no. Oh no. I can't believe I said it like that. I'm so disgusted with myself. You literally were in the same situation Mina in the first game, so... With Dulce and Taiga's support secured, albeit begrudgingly in Taiga's case, the four of us dash off into the woods in our search for Scarlet. We chase forward, trampling the grass underfoot in an attempt to find her.
What the? Well, this is not at all ominous.
What is this place? And it doesn't take us very long to find her. The oak trees around us grow more and more numerous, but they also, as we run, grow more and more twisted? The trees look warped, malformed and decayed, their boughs blackish purple and the leaves wasted. The tall grass beneath my feet looks similarly withered. The sky was clear and blue, but it's darker now. Did the sun set during the last 2 minutes? How could that happen? That shouldn't be possible. But the ears sprouting out of my head shouldn't be possible either, so... I witnessed a lot of crazy things since I wound up in this world. It's just another thing I need to suck up. It is a bit disorienting for that my surroundings are so different. And it's chilly too. The air here is frigid. It feels like I've walked into a freezer. The sudden shift in temperature is alarming. And so are the strange ghostly creatures I can see flitting through the mist.
Wow! Would you look at those things? They're pretty freaky, huh? Do you think they bite?
These creatures are translucent, their bodies rippling like water. I can see straight through them, to the withered trees beyond them. They hover in the air with no legs to support them. They have claws which are almost as long as their bodies, claws which are long and sharp, with diseased-looking nails meant to rend flesh in two. Their eyes, meanwhile, are bright, brilliant red. These eyes are set on either side of their heads, like the eyes of insects, and they flash just like embers. The moment I see these monsters, my mouth runs dry. I think I know what they are. They look like the sort of thing you'd see in a horror movie. I know what I call them, but I'd like to see if they have another name in this world. Maybe I'm jumping out of myself. Am I simply mistaken? I'm a new resident to this world, and there's a lot I don't know. Mina will probably be able to identify these creatures for. I'll ask her. With some luck, I'm panicking about nothing.
Hey Mina, what are those things? That's what I wanna know.
Scarlet, who's lying on the ground looking more than perturbed, nods in agreement.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like them before. Not in all of my travels. What the hell is up with them? You do not know? I'm surprised. I would have thought you would have encountered a few of these at least.
You know these things, Mina?
I have a good idea yet. I believe that these monsters are undead spirits. Undead
spirits.
Then explain why I feel all gross and shuddery whenever they pass me by.
Taiga eyes the ghost with some trepidation. Her wraps about her knives tight. Oh yeah, cats are supposedly, in a way, good with otherworldly stuff, right? So also Mina should be as well, to be fair. Well, Taiga is a little bit of a bigger cat, but you know.
I've never seen monsters like this before either, but I can tell they're bad news. It feels like they're full of regrets. Or something. Well observed, my cute little kitten. I've only encountered monsters such as these a handful of times myself. They are not particularly common, perhaps because they tend to shy away from places where humans gather. It is uncommon for monsters such as these to spawn too. They have to meet certain prerequisites.
Like?
Prerequisites?
Dulce notes.
Ghosts such as these are born when living people die with regrets. If the regrets are strong enough, it will anchor their spirits to the dirt, even when their bodies decompose and wither away. These ghosts lose all their past sense of self and their rationality alongside it. They're not capable of sensible thought. They are animated by nothing but pain and anger and sorrow. And when they come across people with pulses, they desire nothing more than to kill them. They are quite envious, you see, of what they lack and what they had to give up. They are tricky fools. They cannot think, so cannot plan, but their power can be devastating.
I see. It sounds like it would be hard to defeat then.
Oh, I very much doubt we can defeat them. It is impossible to kill something that is already dead. Hey, are you saying there is something we can do, mistress? Our options sadly are limited. But I think we should be able to drive them off if we only work together. Alright then. If it isn't impossible, then I'll jump right in and show these guys. Are the guys? You could ask, they will not answer for. Right, well, I guess I'll show these creatures then who's the boss. Come on, Nucky, let's do this.
What? Why me? You're the one who got us into this mess, so you're the one who should try and get us out of it. That's what I'd like to say. But Skull's already dashing forward, her halberd in hand. She can take on all of the ghosts on her own, especially not the very powerful foes as Dulce claimed. I have to help her. Right! I dive into the fray, my sword in hand. I'm going to cut down a few of those monsters, but...
Aki, watch out!
Huh? An invisible cord winds itself around my waist. It yanks backward sharply, so much so it forces all the air from my lungs. I got surprised at this sudden sensation. Oof. Oh, yes! Nice landing! And I feel an arm winding around me. Somebody's holding on to me tightly, as if for dear life. It's...
Oh, Mina! What were you doing, you fool?
Mina holds me close, her palm outstretched. She shoots a burst of raw magical energy at the specters, which drives a few of them off, her eyes narrow with determination.
Did you not see what was happening? While you were looking straight ahead, the two of the monsters were approaching you from behind. If I'd not pulled you out of the way in time, they would have harmed you.
Oh, right. Haha. I look at Mina dazedly. Still firing blasts of energy at the specters in an attempt to ward them away. It looks like her attacks are having an effect. The monsters are approaching us at least, but they're still in one piece. They haven't scattered. They must be strong foes. I've never fought any monsters like this before. They're more than a little scary.
I didn't realize. Well, I can see that.
Mina sighs.
Honestly, I thought Scarlet was the one who was supposed to jump into harm's way, not you. I had more faith in you, Aki. You're supposed to be sensible. I am!
Or at least I try to be.
I just want to fight those monsters. What's that they're so wrong of me? It is when your opponents are undead. You can expect to slay ghosts with a sword like yours. It isn't possible.
It isn't?
No! You wouldn't be of much use in this fight anyway. You'd best let me take care of things.
Mina presses me even closer to her.
Ooh.
Is she afraid I might run off? Then fires even more magical projectiles at the advancing ghosts. Mina's doing a great job holding her own against these creatures.
Hey, no fair! Don't attack me from behind! These monsters are incorrigible. How many times must I hit before you will stay down? Take these!
But the same can be said for Taiga and Dulce. It looks like they're beginning to flag. One particularly mean-looking specter with sharp claws and an exposed ribcage swipes at Taiga. She can dodge in time and it catches her, its claws glancing against her side.
Ah!
Taiga squeals. I bet she would sound exactly like that. She sides back, one hand pressed to her middle.
Taiga!
Dulce cries after Taiga, her face and her voice full of concern. Skull meanwhile calls.
You monsters don't have any sense of chivalry. I know you're already dead, but I can kill girls when their backs are turned is a big no-no. You'll pay for that. Scarlet, wait!
Mina calls after Scarlet, but her voice doesn't seem to reach her. I feel like maybe if you imbued the weapon with magic, you could slay them. Scarlet's so incensed, I don't think she'll focus on anything but her own anger. She dashes at the ghost, her halberd raised.
Huh?
But her halberd slices through the empty air. It pierces through the spirit's side, I'm sure it does. I see her halberd penetrate the ghost as if in slow motion.
What the?
But it doesn't have an effect whatsoever. The ghost doesn't look at all phased.
I don't get it, why can't I hear these things?
Scarlet tries to strike the ghost once again, but...
Scarlet, look out! Wah!
A ghost behind her shoots a ball of dark, swirling magics in her direction. Dulce spotting is dashes forwards. She places all her strength into her legs and bounds, jumping just like a rabbit. Her arms wind around Scarlet's middle and none too gracefully she tackles Scarlet to the ground. Oof! Scarlet gasps, winded as Dulce lands on top of her. That probably hurt. She looks a little worse for wear. But at least her ball of energy sailed over her head, rather than colliding directly with her. Her hair might look a little rumpled, and so do her clothes, but that's a significantly better fate than the one should have met without Dulce's intervention.
Oh, Scarlet, Scarlet, Scarlet.
Dulce looks down Scarlet, her face full of concern.
Why do you always dive headfirst into danger like that? Do you never think? Hey, I was thinking, thank you very much. I was thinking about avenging Aki after those spirits tried to attack her. But I couldn't really end the match to those monsters. I'm sure I hit it, but they didn't react at all. What gives? I already talked, Aki. What gives? If you were paying attention, you might have heard me. But I suppose I might as well repeat myself to save you any further embarrassment. Only mages can harm ghosts such as these. And even then it is only mages who have mastered the art of the necromancy who can do any real damage. Melee attacks for the most part are worthless. It does not matter how sharp your spear is, nor how skilled you are. You will never be able to injure those things. What? That's not fair. They're cheating. I would prefer fight, damn it. Well, I understand your aggravation, but it is the height of folly to expect fair fight from a ghost. They are beyond all reason. It is something they abandoned after dying. Now stay down, there is a good girl.
Dulce gets to her feet, her eyes narrowed with concentration.
I'll try to drive them back. My cards are imbued with magic, so I should be able to scare them. For I am sure how long I will be able to keep it up. For rather a lot of them. I'm worried about that too. This could be bad. I mean, I'll back you up then. I might not be able to hit the ghosts myself, but I should be able to distract them at the very least. Aki, no! It's too dangerous. You have to let Dulce handle this. I mean, Dulce and I.
But you're both tired if they can love hits already. I can't leave all of the hard work to you. Come on. We're a team, so I want to help out. I'm not going to keep cowering in your arms. Even if it is for nice, definitely. I raise my feet as I speak, then raise my sword. I know it's a futile gesture, but I've still got to try. If I can handle a few spirits, how in the world will I be able to take down a demon queen? Easily? I don't know. Take this! I launch at one of the ghosts, knowing full well that my attack won't connect. It's a wasted effort on my part. I'm just trying to catch the ghost's attention, so they stop focusing all of their attacks on Dulce. On Mina, more likely, but it seems to be working at least. But these ghosts are tenacious. They keep trying to swipe at me. I might have my sword, but it's even more useless than a toilet roll tube. For all of my sword's heft, its blade passes straight through the ghosts. It makes sense, of course. These ghosts are incorporeal, but it feels unfair. They have a distinct upper hand there. They can hurt us, but we can hurt them in return. If I had to fight someone like this in a kendo match, I'd call a fall for sure. I have no clue what technically that means, given that I don't really know the rules of kendo. I just think kendo is cool. That's the extent of my knowledge. Not of course that such an opener would exist in the real world. Unless... People can only turn invisible in superhero movies and basketball animes. Capital letter for anime. And not S. It's just anime. Holy crap. Misdirection overflow. I know where this is from. Kuroko, where are you? Shouldn't work in real life, damn it. I mean... You say that, but... Basically, I mean... Sure, in anime it looks like the person disappears or something. But it's just directing someone... eyesight into the different area. And, you know, going somewhere else when that eyesight is concentrated somewhere else. That's all there is to it. But yes, I mean, now that I think about it, it would be super tough to pull this off. Like, you know, misdirecting someone's eyesight and, you know, moving in a completely different direction the moment that person is focused on that different place. It would be tough. Huh. To be fair, I was kinda good with doing that in football though. But it's, again, in this case, it was just, in a way, it's just sharp turns the moment someone basically, again, looks somewhere else. Whatever. Anyway. I can neither step back and another. I'm doing my best, but... The energy blast was a little close to my head for comfort. If I'd not moved out of the way in time, it would have caught me. Is there anything I can do to turn the tables? I'm starting to worry when... Damn. Her thighs are so nice.
Aki, try this!
Oh yeah, now that she did give us a super soft lap pillow in the first game. Mina throws out her palm, then utters a spell.
Enchant!
Enchant ornamentu! What anime was that? Huh? What the? I stared the blade of my sword, my eyes agog. Dude, that's literally what I was saying earlier. Get some magic into that sword and it will be good. My sword's blade was silver, but now it's beginning to pulsate. It's emitting a pale blue glow, one which is beyond the realm of the ordinary. What did Mina do? Did you put some sort of spell on my sword?
That's right, it is a complex enchantment which few mages are able to pull off. Heh! I can't perform this spell owing to the many years of vigorous study I conducted in. Sorry, Mina, but you need to save the explanation for later. This monster are relentless! I take a step back as I speak, avoiding yet another blast of magical energy from these specters. I appreciate Mina trying to explain all of this magical mumbo-jumbo to a mundane girl like me, but that's all it is, mumbo-jumbo! There are more pressing matters to hand than my limited grasp on magical theory. Just tell me, can I use this sword to defeat this ghost now? You should be able to. That was why I cast the spell. It is a conceptual spell which was...
She's explaining again!
Which has fundamentally altered the properties of your blade, so...
Alright, that sounds good to me. Thank you, Mina! I don't let Mina finish her rambling explanation, in part because I don't think it will help.
Ah, you girls don't know when to quit, do you? You're so persistent.
But most because these ghosts have gotten even more aggressive. One of them shoots a spectral ball of negative energy at me from the front, while another goes for my back. I think they mean to pincher me.
As if I take you to death! Take this!
But I'm too fast for them. I sidestep the blast of energy coming from my front, then twist. I spin about on my heels, the silver of my blade slicing through the air. I catch the ghost which approached me from behind.
How do you like that, huh?
And this time my attack strikes through. The sharp blade of my sword doesn't pass through the spirit body. Instead it slices into it. The ghost moves in agony, its wispy body ripping as I run it through. I cut it cleanly down the middle, my fingers curled tightly above my sword's hilt.
There!
And I cut it in two. The ghost's body offers little resistance. My blade cuts it like a knife through the butter. I would even say a warm knife through the butter. Its wispy body scattering the wind, the face of my dogged determination. I don't know what spell Mina cast, but it's pretty effective. Now I can finally stop these monsters. I'm not going to show them any mercy. They tried to scare Scarlet. They tried to hurt Mina. Heck, they even tried to hurt Dulce and Taiga too, but that's kinda like... That's important to me. I've not known Dulce and Taiga for as long as I've known my other party members, but they've still been an invaluable help during our journey. If anything were to happen to them, we'd be back to square one. Dulce's, wow, we're one lead when it comes to locating Mina's missing priestess.
We don't know that.
I'd say by finding this place, we might basically be closer to the Demon Queen, to be honest. I would not be surprised if this was like her garden or something. So I'm going to do my best. I'm not usually this hot-blooded, but...
Now it's time for the payback. I'm not going to let you off easily. Your rotten ghost might have died once already, but that'll make you wish you'd stay dead. I don't know if I can feel pain, but even if you can't, this is still going to hurt.
It's do or die. I leap into the fray, my hair fluttering behind my shoulders, my skirt fluttering around my legs. I push myself to the utmost, channeling my energy into my arms. I swing again, cleaving the ghosts in two before they have a chance to counterattack. I draw upon every single scrap of knowledge I've ever gleaned during my years of sparring in Kendo. Back when I did Kendo, I made sure not to put too much force into my blows. I didn't want to cause any of my opponents harm, not when Kendo was just a sport. I always had to hold myself back. That doesn't sound like a good idea. But it's different now. These ghosts try to harm the people I care about, and I won't forgive them for that. For once, I'm not going to hold anything back. I spent all of my life suppressing myself at home and at school and at work too, but I'm not the old ducky I used to be. I've come to a brand new world, and I've met a whole host of brand new people. Ha! And I won't let them down. I don't want to let myself down either. I'm fighting for my own sake just as much as I am for everybody else. I angle my sword, the blade seeming to hum as it cuts the air, and then...
Wow, that's crazy! Well, I never knew you were so strong. Of course she's strong, we've been traveling together for a reason. Aki might look quiet, but she's incredible with a sword. She's really cool. Yes, indeed. She really does have the makings of a hero. I had my doubts when I first appointed her to this party, but now there is no question about it. Aki really is amazing.
I exhale relief as my sword cuts down the very last ghost. They should all be gone now. It was a fierce fight, and it lasted longer than I would have liked. It took me several swings to dispatch with some of the ghosts. They were awfully persistent. Still, for a fight which was 1 against 15, I think I did a fairly good job. I only sustained a few shallow injuries. All of the ghosts, meanwhile, had disappeared. Well, that will show them for trying to attack my party. Serves them right. I hurry as I shoot my sword, which is no longer glowing at my hip. When I glance about, assessing everybody's condition. It looks alright if you're a little shaken. It was thanks to her blessing my blind with that purifying spell that I was able to defeat those spirits at all. I owe her a pretty big debt. Surely did come in clutch to save the day. Yes. Taiga meanwhile is standing off to one side, looking perturbed. I wonder if she's upset because she wasn't able to contribute much to her fight. Not knowing the magic herself, there wasn't much she could feasibly do. At least it doesn't look like she was hurt. Her pride might have been injured, but not her actual body. The few injuries she has are minor scrapes, ones which Dulce is standing to, like a concerned older sibling might. As for Scarlet, meanwhile, she looks dazed. I don't think she anticipated when she ran away from us that she would find herself in such a sinister part of the woods, or that she would be set upon by a bunch of restless spirits. Who could have ever predicted such a thing? It must have given her quite a scare, all the more because she was so very powerless. For all of Scarlet's talk about being the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice, She was able to land any blows on those spirits at all. In fact, if it wasn't for Dulce's timely intervention, she would have been in real danger. What intervention? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Come on, it's Mina who saved the day. For heaven's sake. I think Scott must realize this because she starts to mumble under breath.
What did you want was it, Dodo? I'm such an idiot. Haha.
Dulce finishes standing Taiga's graves, then glances over at Scarlet. She cocks her head, her expression concerned as she says,
Is something the matter, Scarlet? Are you alright?
Scarlet doesn't reply to Dulce's inquiry, not immediately. She bites her lower lip, her expression halted and oddly hollow. She sniffles. Then dropping her habit to the ground, she cries. Dulce! Ha! Scarlet dashes towards Dulce, her eyes suspiciously moist. Well, that's unexpected. That's very unexpected, to be quite honest. I did not see that coming. Also, there was totally an achievement right now. There was also earlier when Mina saved us. Or when we fell into her lovely hug. Then with a sigh, she twines her arms around Dulce's middle. I mean, it looks more like it's the other way around, but fine. Oh! Dulce seems to not to have expected this sudden show of affection, and neither did I, because she takes a step back. Bemusedly, she examines the top of Scarlet's head, blinking as she does. Before, after a pause, she smiles.
Well, this is quite a surprise. But it is not an unpleasant one.
Giggling, Dulce winds her arms around Scarlet in turn. Gently, she caught Scarlet to her, resting her cheek against the top of her head.
It is rather nice, I must say, to be in such an intimate terms with you once more. But I'm rather curious. What brought this on? You would be split out? If you would be so kind. I can hazard a guess, but I think I would prefer to hear the words pass your own lovely lips. Well, this is kind of embarrassing. This whole thing is embarrassing, but I appreciate how you looked out for me. If it wasn't for you, those spirits would have cursed me to death. I don't think I would have been able to fight against them.
Mina? Hello? I mean, come on. There is someone who's done much more. Hello? No? Nobody?
I know in magic, not like you. Steals no much against spells like that. My sword would have sliced right through them. I know way to counter them at all. Without you, I only would have been a goner, so... Thank you for coming to my defense. You didn't have to. Not when I was so rude to you. I would be surprised if you wanted to wash your hands off me after everything I said. I was so full and you were... really nice. You were... a lot nicer than I deserve. And I think you look really cool. Oh.
Dulce smiles amusedly.
I'm glad that you feel that way. For you are not, of course, telling me something I'm not already aware of. I know full well how cool I am.
Dulce smiles gently as she caresses the top of Scarlet's head.
But I'm very glad to hear that you feel that way about me. Yeah.
By the way, now that I think about it, I have not mentioned, but I like bunny suits, but I don't like bunny girls, you know? I don't know, like, they don't work for me, basically. Bunny suits are awesome, though. But bunny girls, meh. Dulce is cute for, obviously, but, and so on, but... I don't know why I'm bringing this up right now as well. I feel like it will always be, like, fox girls and wolf girls at the very top for me. Overall. Cat girls somewhere out there. I like cat girls, but I also think they are quite a bit overrated. Obviously, Lynx girls should be happening more often. To be quite honest, Not long ago, I found out there is one. Oh, there is one in Arknights, and I'm so happy about that. I'm not playing Arknights for, but I'm so happy about that. Anywho.
But I'm very glad we can still speak to one another like this. It means a lot to me. Me too! I might have resented you a little bit. Or maybe even a lot. But I know that you're not the best person. I know in your own way, you were trying to look out for me back then. Just like you're looking out for me now. I'm not so good with words, even though I talk a lot, but I just wanted to say.
She does talk a lot, yeah.
Thank you for looking after me. Oh my.
Dulce giggles.
That's really sweet of you. But like I said, you have no need to thank me. I was not doing what I thought was right. I was hardly going to let you get harmed by those awful monsters. I know I'm the one who calls myself a champion of justice. But you're pretty just yourself. I do my best. I would not have become an adventurer if I did not care for the plights of others. It is not in my nature to stand back and let people I care about get hurt.
Dulce grins.
Especially not when said people are cute fox girls such as yourself. Dulce! My dear, dear Scarlet.
Dulce pats the top of Scarlet's head, her fingers shifting through Scarlet's tresses.
Despite all the bad blood between us, my own feelings towards you have never changed. I still like you a lot, and always have. Even though I was so rude to you? Even so, I think your rudeness was well deserved given the way I treated you. I knew you would not take it lying down. But I'm glad you did not. I like good, obedient girls, but fear girls who can stand up for themselves are just as appealing.
True. They're actually better, but...
Oh, please. Oh, please, it's not like I care about appealing to you anymore, you idiot baka! I really don't care at all.
That's what Scarlet says at least, but they don't fail to note the sunset blush that spreads across her cheeks. I'm not sure if she's being wholly honest. I think Dulce must realize it too, because she titters. She doesn't, however, try to pick holes in Scarlet's feeble assertions. Maybe she doesn't want to spoil the moment. It is a very sweet scene. Scarlet cradles in Dulce's arms while Dulce embraces her. There is something almost familiar about it. Scarlet is so brash, it's hard to see her in such a vulnerable state. I know Scarlet fancies herself as a powerful warrior, the Scarlet Whirlwind of Justice, but I guess even avatars of peace need to be consulted from time to time. For all of her patter, Scarlet's only human. Ah, wait. Fox girl. She has insecurities of her own, and anxieties, and I know she has regrets. I think she regrets the way things ended between her and Dulce. Now, however, they've finally been able to repair their relationship. I think that's a very precious thing indeed. I really couldn't be happier for Scarlet.
Excuse me?
Ortega sounds less touched.
This is a real movie gathering, but you really have the time to stand around here hugging Scarlet, mistress? I don't want to doubt your judgment, but this place is pretty creepy. If we hang out about too long, we might attract even more spooky spirits. Oh yeah, you raise a good point. My apologies, my cute little kitten. It would seem I got rather carried away, nyehe. Shall we be on our way?
You know, if you didn't have rabbit ears... Yeah, that would be nice. Anyway.
It would be unfortunate indeed if our strong emotions were to draw even more wicked specters to us when it took us so long to defeat that last batch. Alright. Of course, mistress! Take the lead and I'll be only too happy to follow!
We all nod in unison, then set off. The sky was a mottled grey around the shrine, thanks to the abundance of curses in the air. The further we walk, however, the clearer the sky becomes. The grass, which was once withered, has returned to its former state, a rich verdant green which sways in the breeze. I can no longer smell the scent of decay in the air. Things have finally returned to normal. For the present, at least.
Ah, this is much better.
Dulce inhales the clean air, her nose and her ears twitching just like a real rabbit's. Andre Dulce is particularly sensitive to abnormalities in the atmosphere, thanks to her keen nose and her long, felted ears. No clue. Dulce stretches, then she smiles.
Now I believe there are important matters that we ought to discuss. Think about how you got us into such a sticky situation.
Scarlet looks down at her feet, her expression uncharacteristically bashful.
I know everything happened is my fault and I'm really sorry. You should be! You got my mistress a whole bunch of problems, you stupid fox! You're way too emotional!
I mean, you are too, to be honest. Given the fact that you just jumped in and had to say that. Even though she already basically claimed that she's like that herself. What's the point?
I know I'm not. I know I am. I'm a total idiot. I thought my old party were all being self-interested on cowards, but maybe they had a point. Maybe I should have listened to them. Maybe you should. I did try to tell you that at the time. But what is done is done. If nothing else, I think you were able to learn a lesson, and no harm has been done. If you understand the error of your ways, then I see no reason to scold you. There is little point in teaching you the same lesson twice. Then are you not mad at me? Not at all. I'm simply happy that you are alright. As your friend, nothing could make me happier. As my friend, huh?
Scarlet echoes Dulce's earlier statement, her cheeks dusted primrose pink.
I guess we are friends, huh? It feels kind of weird to say that after such a long time. But I don't think I'd mind being your friend again. I'm very glad to hear that. It's nice to know that our relationship isn't completely unsalvageable. Yeah. This is all very touching. I'm happy for the both of you. But isn't there something you still have to tell me? There is? There is, yes. Didn't you say yourself when we first met that you would be willing to give us information about my missing priestess if we're able to prove our worth to you? Ah? Well, together we're able to defeat the spirits. Oi, it is thanks to mine and Darkest teamwork that we're able to dispel them. I believe the doctor entitled us to a few kernels of information. Would you not agree? Yeah. I see you've got your eyes on the prize, girlie. You're very dedicated. But I like that. I presume it's because of your dedication that you're able to become a mage at all. Getting official qualifications as a mage is no easy task. You must have worked very hard. Well, it required a fair amount of toil on my end, yes. But we are not here to discuss my past. I'm much invested in the present. Would you tell me what you know now? I have tired of these little games. That's a fair sentiment. It must be frustrating having somebody you care so dearly snatched away from you. Understand how upset you must be. You have my sympathies. Whew!
Mina hums, her arms crossed.
That is very good of you. I'm sure, but your sympathies will only go so far. I not want them. Not if they will not aid me in finding Luna. I care much more about your information. My. You certainly do cut to the chase. You're being very insistent about this. But you're right, you've waited long enough. You impressed me during the last skirmish, it's true. Your ingenuity in the heat of battle was most remarkable. I can tell that the three of you are the serious warriors. Even if you could use a bit more training. You are all working very hard, so I'll tell you all I know. When my cute little kitty here and myself fought these demons, they let slip some other rather interesting kernels of information. They said...
Dulce beckons Mina, Scarlet and I towards her. We approach, crushing the grass underfoot and look at her curiously. In before it's like some worthless information. Dulce's voice drops to a whisper. Then softly, as though afraid a passing feather or two might be eavesdropping, she says...
That they were employed under the service of the fearsome demon Queen Fiore. Apparently they've served Fiore for many years, decades even. They were her most loyal retainers. But they were frustrated because their queen had stopped paying attention to them. They said she was too busy to care for her citadel in the wake of her newest acquisition. Acquisition?
Dulce nods.
The demon Queen Fiore, who used to rule over her subject fairly and justly, has been rather distracted as of late by a new addition to the royal court. A couple of months ago, she kidnapped a beautiful young woman from a temple who had caught her eye. And ever since then, she has been giving this beautiful woman all of her attention. Fiore is so besotted she's no longer ruling over her citizens as she used to. Riots keep breaking out in her citadel, and there is general unrest among her demonic servants. Or so the gaggle of demons we confronted said. That is why they left the walled off safety of their citadel and they ventured forth into the woods. They're looking for some other fair maidens to kidnap that they might bring back to their home. They were hoping those mates might distract Fiore from her newest plaything and some sense of normalcy might be restored. This plan backfired quite tremendously, however. It was a stupid plan anyway. It never would work regardless, but my mistress made sure to scupper it. She chased those weak demons away with ease. They'll never come back to threaten the peace again. I would hope not. I didn't quite the sound thrashing. I don't think they even knew what hit them. I would call them a group of poor deals. But given the nature of their wicked plot, I can't say that I care too much about them. Me neither. In fact, I actually think you went easy on the mistress. Is that so? Yeah, you could have been so much harsher. You should have ground them all down to dirt. It's what good for nothings like that deserve. If they were prepared to kidnap a bunch of cute girls, then they should have gotten the harshest punishment of all.
I agree.
I think it's rather hypocritical that you would take such a hardline stance against thievery, given your own profession.
Mina wrinkles her nose in obvious distaste. Then she sighs. Hey.
But no matter. This conversation has been most illuminating. Am I correct in assuming that the Priestess Luna was kidnapped by the demon Queen Fiore? I mean, the demons never mention the name of the maiden who had enchanted their queen's heart, so I cannot say for certain. But it sounds like a sensible guess, I guess. Yes. I thought this much myself. Still rather unexpected. I've heard of the demon Queen Fiore myself, but only as a bedtime story. I did not realize that she was a real woman who actually existed. Same here. I've heard stories. Who hasn't? But her feats sound way too wild to be real. I mean, she's rumored to have felled whole towns all on her own. Is that even possible? Some of her accomplishments might have been embellished later on, I suppose. But the demon Queen Fiore is very much real. She is a powerful mage, and you would do well to not take her lightly. Few who have wandered her citadel have lived to tell the tale. And are you one such a person, Dulce? Do you know where her citadel is? I do, yes. I actually went to siege her citadel with my old party almost 2 months prior, shortly after the priestess was captured. You did! I did indeed. Like the rest of you, I thought all of this talk about Demon Queen Fiore was nothing more than a fairy tale. I don't believe that such a fearsome mage truly existed. But the chance encountering the other made me change my mind. I met a young demon girl who claimed to be a servant of Fiore's. She said that she had been working for her mistress for many years, but she was now beginning to worry that Fiore was plotting something wicked. The demon said she had been looking for a group of adventurers like Fiore own, who could defeat her before her plans came into fruition. Did the student tell you what Fiore's plans were? She did not know. She seemed fearful. Perhaps she was worried that Fiore would know her own retainer had betrayed her. She was trembling awfully, the poor dear. I do wonder whether she knew that Fiore had kidnapped the priestess and if she wanted me to rescue her. If that is the case, however, then I felt miserably. I set off for her citadel alongside my party with the hope of besting her, yet we were incapable of doing so. We made it to her citadel and we were even granted an audience with her in the chamber.
Dulce frowns as she calls this memory.
But Fiore was far too strong even for the 4 of us to fight against. The magical power she possessed.
Dulce shudders.
It was awe-inspiring. Her power is unparalleled. She defeated us handily, but she's not bothering imprisoning us. She said that we were so very weak, she could not be bothered to finish the job. She let us all go.
Dulce grits her teeth together.
Which is even more humiliating than being imprisoned would have been. It is obvious that she did not regard us as threats at all. We're like refuse to her. Ah, I didn't know about this. Well, I did not want to mention it. It would have been embarrassing. And that let another best me so easily. Particularly when I'm supposed to be your mistress. I wouldn't want you to doubting my abilities. I never doubt your abilities, mistress. You're incredibly strong. Anybody with half a brain would be able to see that. There ain't anybody as amazing as you. Why, thank you. It's appreciated. My cute little kid.
Dulce grins, then pats the top of Tiger's head.
I'm glad that you at least have faith in me. But after the incident, I rather began to lose faith in myself. The whole party did. We're some of the strongest adventurers in the land, but we're unable to so much as scratch the Demon Queen. All hopes of defeating her seemed impossible. That's why we disbanded. We lost all hope. For some time I drifted, not knowing what I wanted to do with myself.
Dulce gives the top of Tiger's head another ruffle.
Until I met my cute little kitty here, of course. It was thanks to her that some of my former energy was restored. She rekindled my confidence, which kept turning quite the thorough beating at Fiore's hands. Were it not for my cute kitty here, I wonder if I would have stopped being adventurer altogether. No way!
Tiger pouts.
You can stop being adventurer, mistress! You're one of the strongest people I've ever met, and you're so kind too! You've been so patient and gentle with me! I've never met a man like you! You're the best, don't you help yourself? Well, I won't now. How can I? When I have such an adorable cheerleader spurring me on.
Dulce beams.
I feel a good deal better than I did after my initial loss. But I still wonder what it is that Fiore is plotting. She must have had reason to kidnap the priestess. For what that reason is, I cannot say. I would enter their citadel again myself, in an attempt to best her, but I doubt I would be able to offer much to such an effort. We fought once and she already knows all of my abilities. I'll not be able to surprise her. If a group like you, however, were to pursue her.
Dulce looks between the three of us, her expression ponderous.
I suppose you might have a chance.
Okay, you just said that she was impossibly strong for. I don't think we're on that level just yet.
Not now perhaps, but who knows? If you train a bit more, you might be able to land a few blows on her. I've only known you for a week, but I've seen your combat prowess come in leaps and bounds. The three of you are much stronger than you might think. You just need to have more faith in yourself. So we've got to fight the Demon Queen now, huh? I can't say I expected this. But this might not be a bad workout. I'll be looking forward to smashing her skull in. What? Aren't you afraid? Who, me? Who?
Scarlet grins toothily.
Nah, who do you think I am? I'm the Scarlet Widow Justice, and I don't back down from my fights. The stronger the weapon is, the better. I feel all fired up now. If there's anyone going to beat, then it's only natural I'd want to destroy her in simple logic. I think you have simplified things a bit too much, as per usual. But I'm in agreement with Scarlet. If Lunarly has been kidnapped by the Demon Queen, then I cannot stand back on the sidelines hoping that she will be alright. Hoping will not get me anywhere. I need instead to take action.
Aren't you worried about being defeated for?
Of course I'm worried. This will, in all likelihood, be very difficult. Taking that Demon Queen will be much tougher than facing off against the Mandragora or even a few Undead Spirits. But she has kidnapped Priestess Luna. She has taken my most precious person away from me. I cannot accept that, lying down, not as Luna's bodyguard. I swore that I would devote myself to her, body and soul, and that is what I intend to do. I will not rest until I find her again. So tell me, where is Demon Queen Citadel located, so that I may rescue my priestess? Oh, I thought you might say that. You sure have the spirit, girlie. I knew there was a reason that I liked you so much. Your worth is appreciated. So I'll tell you everything I know. If you wish to find the Demon Queen Citadel, then take this. Dulce reaches between her cleavage. Oh, don't tell me she used that in lieu of pockets. Hell yeah! Then hands a burnished piece of paper over to Mina. Okay. I give it a cursory glance, frowning. That looks like a map. Yes, indeed. It is the map that the demon girl never gave me when she entreated me to defeat the Demon Queen. The Demon Queen Citadel is enchanted, so only demons can access it. Typically, at least. This map, however, has powerful spell attached to it, which can bypass the barrier the Demon Queen erected around her fortress. With this map to guide you, you should be able to enter her lair without issue. Then you will be able to see for yourself whether the Demon Queen abducted your precious priestess or not. And if you've honed your abilities enough, you should even be able to best her. Right.
Mina stashes the map in her pocket, then nods.
I see how it is.
What pocket? Are we talking about cleavage pocket as well here?
There's rather a lot to take in. You're telling me?
I feel like I've just been fed all sorts of crazy twists. My head is still reeling.
But I have confidence in myself and my party. I assembled this group of heroes solely to search for Luna. Nothing else matters to me. Not that I know where she is. I will stop at nothing.
Sorry.
Not.
Yeah, but you do know, Tho.
I'll stop at nothing to recover her.
It should be now that I know where she is, if anything. But technically we don't know if she's at this place specifically. We don't really know if he's the one that was kidnapped by the Demon Queen or... Yeah.
Nothing can deter me from finding Luna. She's the most important person in the world to me, and I adore her. Her safety is of paramount importance. So I'll do all I can to rescue her. I will not fail. It is not an option. Now what the two of you say? Are you with me? Of course, I can't wait. I gave a pretty poor showing early, but I think beating up a Demon Queen will help restore my street cred. It's been a long while since I was able to crack any skulls. I miss it.
I mean, I'm not sure about cracking skulls, but I mean, I'll definitely do my best. That's what I say, but I'm sure how useful I'll be. I might have been something of a prodigy with Ken the Sword in my out, but that was years ago. I won a couple of tournaments, but you've mentioned that already. But I've certainly never faced off against a Demon Queen before. I'm not sure if my skills will be up to snuff, but I can see how determined Mina is. It's clear she means to do her all to best fury, so I will too. I'm not going to hold us back. Even if the thought of fighting against Demon Queen makes me feel mildly terrified. Let's all do this! There's only one Demon Queen, but there are three of us. If we try, we can overcome any obstacle.
Well, of course we can. That should go without saying. I concur. We have been working very hard, and we have accomplished many feats. Who is that? Who is to say that we cannot defeat a Demon Queen? That's right. At this point, it will just be a warm-up. I can't wait to get out there and start fighting. I'm sure it'll be a wonderful adventure.
Well, I guess this is a good moment to end the episode as well. And the continue. That is a lengthy one as well. But the continuation will come tomorrow. That's correct. Yeah, I don't have much to say really. I think I've said enough while we were playing. In a way, I'm glad they made up. But I also understood Scarlet's frustrations and so on. Yeah. In the end, we can only be glad that all things ended just fine. Just fine. So we'll see where we are going with this next tomorrow. I kind of don't expect us to actually get to the castle in this game for. I would not be surprised if there will be a third part of Isekai Adventure, and that's when we get into the Demon Queen's castle and so on. But who knows, maybe I'm mistaken. We'll see. We'll see, not today for. Consider liking the video, subscribe to you around, and so on. I'm out. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye!